Okay, I'm back again, and I'm right around the entrance of Akanon. Whoa! Oh, there's that bard. Okay. One thing that I wanted to point out here, just so people could see how to get to the where you turn these belts in. One thing that I wanted to point out was that when I turned in those bone chips that I had, I was like right at the end of level 6. You can see here I'm barely into level 7, just the beginning. The bone chips quest, not as good as it used to be. When I was turning those things in a couple levels ago, it was like half a bubble of these every time. And this most recent time, not quite as good. So diminishing returns as you get higher in levels. So, it's just not worth doing past level, I don't know, I would say even now, level 7, it's just not worth doing anymore. Now this is, you can tell by the music, the Warrior Guild. This is where the warriors do warrior things. Oh, there's actually something in here I remember from my enchanter days. Yep. It's a bag that's really a coin. That's for an enchanter quest. You can destroy it and it just respawns, so you're not like screwing over any enchanters. I did see, funny enough, I saw a dark elf corpse in the other dwarf zone. I wonder if he was an enchanter. Anyway, that's the Ogre Guildmaster up there, Furtog Ogrebane. Great roleplay name. They chose a good one for him. But you come in here. This piano music is weird. You come in here, and I like this. Right off the bat, you're already seeing some warrior stuff. Shields and swords. You come in here and you want to go left. Now, this quest actually yields... You go down here, this big banquet room. This is a really cool roleplay type area. This quest actually yields some leather armor as well. I'm wondering if it's better than my bone chip quest armor. Come in this big room with all the axes and the big table. Go left. Come in here, you go left again. Ignore all the doors. And never mind, I went the wrong way. You go right. You come in here from the room. Oh, you know what? I've never listened to this music long enough to hear this part with the horn. You go right. And you're looking for a guy with blonde hair. Canlo Nuzback. He's apprehensive. Let's see if he'll... let me try hailing him. Are you ready to serve Kaladim? I am ready to serve Kaladim. This quest is very popular. Any race that can start in Fedor, they pretty much all try and do this quest. High elves, wood elves, dwarves, gnomes. I think I got them all. Then serve you shall. Let your training begin on the battlefields of Fedor. Seek out and destroy all Crushbone orcs. Return their belts to me. What Crushbone orcs? The army of the Crushbone orcs is deadly indeed. They are great military strategists. It was a legion of them that brought down the great Trondle Ogrebane. Wow. Speak with Furtog Ogrebane about the Crushbones. He has need of warriors such as you. Ah, but I am not a warrior, sir. Alright, let me just try turning in. So this one you don't need to do 4 at a time. Oh, it worked. And there's that armor. Okay, so small tattered. Oh, well, that's... Okay. So this is going to be kind of hard to see on this character. But... because my wrists are so tiny. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, matches the boots and the chest. It's about what I would expect. The XP wasn't that great. You normally turn them in 4 at a time. Let's see what I get for 2. Okay, I get double the music. And I get a mask. Small tattered. Okay, so it is the same armor that you get from the Bone Chip quest. I gotta say, the XP's not as great as I remember. Let's try 4 at a time. Oof, that is rough to listen to. Okay, so... legs? Ready? Oh, finally, I hope it gets rid of the fanny pack. Yeah! No more fanny pack. Thank God. Belt, I think I have. Small tattered, yeah. Chest? Oh, I already have... It's the same one I already have. And the same Gorget already? Yeah, okay. So, The only thing I'm really missing now, as far as leather armor goes, is the arms. And I guess the cloak? Yeah, there is one for the cloak. So I almost have a full set of leather. Now this is not... There are different types of leather. Not all leather is created equal. There's better leather armor than tattered. In fact, tattered might be the worst. Small tattered gloves, which I already have. There's the arms! Alright, let's see what they look like. Alright, yeah. I mean, at least everything looks consistent, except the helmet. But, hey, I have a full suit, and a gnome just appeared. A fellow gnome. I have that already, and I think I have those. Yep. Okay, so I just turned in 11 orc belts. Wow, this guy just popped in and he's already turned in belts. I'm still apprehensive, which is annoying. And 11 belts got me 2... Okay, that's pretty good. I would probably... I guess my recollection is that it was a better quest than that. Like, as far as XP, especially for level 7, which is pretty low. I would assume most of the people doing that quest are even higher than 7. Okay, that piano got kind of sweet at the end there. Just seeing if there's anything in any of these rooms. Looks like no. I know that all these Bloodforge guys have some sort of quest. There was one out in Butcherblock Mountains, and there was one in here. Oh, it's him. Okay, he just walks back and forth. Got it. This must be his room. Got a bunk bed. How kind. Ready for visitors. So, that's the famous Orc Belt quest. I don't know who they're really popular with, other than, I mean, just people XPing. Like, I guess a lot of people probably get them for, like, alternate characters, and then they just kind of turn them in as, like, a twink, like, at level 1. That would be really good. I was expecting a little bit more for 11 belts than 2 orange bubbles, but, I'm 40% of the way through the level. Can't complain. Let's see if I can find an amiable merchant to sell all the extras. Yep, here we go. One thing that's worth noting, this is actually kind of a bummer for a lot of races. I don't know if I would put dwarves in that category, but what you'll often see is merchant faces that you can't, as a player, get. So, like this dwarf face, for example, you can't get if you were to pick a dwarf. You'll have a bunch of face options for dwarves, but this is not one of them. And that's true of a lot of races. The one I always remember is ogres. There's an ogre merchant face that I like a lot, and you can't get it if you pick an ogre. It's really annoying. So basically the merchants have different face options. Actually, since I'm here, I like this lantern, but I would really like to get a large lantern. I wonder where I could get one. Oh, and maybe I can also find a sewing kit. I feel like a pub is not the right place to find a lantern or a sewing kit. Yeah. Although you can get some ringmail boots. What are you? Staff and spear? Maybe? Maybe the lantern? No? Wishful thinking, I guess. I don't even know what the shop name would be. Oh, can you cast Spirit of Wolf on me? No. Oh, that's an important thing to know. First of all, he's a bard, so he can never cast Spirit of Wolf. But that only is an outdoor spell, so it only works in the outdoors. So whenever you see someone you want to ask for Spirit of Wolf, don't do it if you're indoors, because it's not going to work. NPCs, funny enough, can cast it on themselves inside, but that's just one of those NPC advantages that we do not get. Okay, so here's a good example. These are like legit leather. Kind of pricey. Let's see what the difference is. 3 armor class versus 4. So 1 armor class. The weight is exactly the same in all the races and classes that can use it. Okay, so it's not worth it, I guess, depending on your budget. Mine isn't great here because let's see if some of the bigger pieces. Let's see if the tunic is 6 versus 8. Okay, so there you're getting 2 more armor class. Hilarious that it says size medium, but it's called small patchwork. Small leather. I don't know. For 2 plat, is it worth 2 armor class? Probably. But see, I can't afford very much of this. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll buy it, and then I'll sell her mine. So where is it? Okay, I'll buy it. I'll sell you mine. Let's see what that gets me. I mean, it's going to look exactly the same, because leather is just a class of armor. So I sold it for 1 gold, 4 silver. Now, it automatically pulls from whatever your lowest coinage is. So if you have if something costs 1 plat and you have 1,000 copper, which is 1 plat, and you have 1 plat, it'll automatically pull whatever is the heaviest, basically, which is the 1,000 copper, which I like. So basically, it uses up your crappier resource first, which I love. I guess it's kind of the same in real life. If you had a bunch of pennies, you would pay with that. Assuming the merchant would accept it. And I paid 2 plat, so it's a huge gap there. I do wonder, I kind of just want to compare and see if there's anything else worth switching out. I wonder what rawhide is that? Okay, so that's the same armor class, but much heavier, more than twice as heavy. So this is kind of an example, you have tattered, leather, patchwork. Patchwork's probably good too. That's exactly the same as tattered. That's weird. So leather looks like it's the top of this class. Let's compare the leggings. This class of armor, leather is probably the best that you can get. 4 versus 5. So that's all going to be, and that's still 2 plats. That's not really worth it. I wonder if there's any other glaring 3 versus 1. Boots, maybe. Oh man, 1 plat, 9 gold. Gloves. One plat, 9 gold for gloves. Why? Yeah, if I had a ton of money, I'd do it, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Is there any that I'm missing? Because that would be one that I could... Oh, and I also wanted to see, just because I didn't look, does she have a lantern? She also might have a sewing kit, because I believe leather can all be sewn, but she doesn't. Bummer. I also might want to upgrade my weapon, if I can find a decent price. Now, I also wonder, is she amiable? Yeah, she is. Okay, that's good. What is this building here? You can kind of tell by looking on the outside sometimes. Red Fist Metal. So this is probably not going to have anything I would use. Backpacks are nice. Medicine bags. 8 large. 0.4. Oh, interesting. How expensive is that? 1 plat, 5... I mean, it's light, and given that I was encumbered earlier, maybe I should do that. 8 versus 8. Why is this backpack no drop? Is it because I have no drop items in it? Ah, that must be it. Oh, wait, I can wear that? Oh, but I wouldn't, because it's -1. 0.4 versus 3. This is interesting. I might do this. It's really expensive, though. Oh, I wonder if I can wear that gossamer robe. Oh, I can't, because I don't have the... My class can't wear it. Otherwise, that's a huge upgrade. It's really expensive, though. I saw a player selling some good stuff earlier. Okay, if oh, Warhammer, maybe? 632. I don't think that's... So that probably works out to be about the same. Let me do this. Let me put this stuff in here. Because I can't sell a container that's holding no drop stuff. And now I will sell my backpack. And now you'll see it won't say no drop. Because I don't have no drop stuff in it. And I'll buy a medicine bag. Why not? Saves me about 2.6 pounds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, but I know there's another area of Kaladim that I can go to that may have what I'm looking for. And it's not where I normally go. It's actually this way. So when you come in, you're faced with a choice in Kaladim. I mean, I'm kind of just exploring Kaladim here. You go left normally, I'm going to go right. And that'll take me to some shops. And maybe one of these shops will sell a sewing kit or a large lantern. And I think the benefit of the large lantern is it gives you... See, I couldn't tell by the outside. I think it gives you more light. I couldn't tell what kind of merchant this was. Large bag. 6. Now, see, that's worse. 8. Oh, that's worse. That's even worse than the backpack. There are some royal jelly. I don't think I'm ready for that jelly. Just don't think I'm ready for that jelly. More random crap. This is one of those random merchants. I guess she does have some potions. Someone might have the staff that I'm thinking about getting. Ooh, fur-lined shoes and boots. What's the difference? 4 and 2. Interesting. 4. And it's how much? 4? 4 and 3. It's heavier. Nah. Wait. Mine was 1 point. Yeah, mine's 1.9. Well, this guy has junk. No one wants that crap. Someone sold the tunic. How to sew. That's a good sign. Small sewing kit, but no large. Damn. I really want to get one of those larges. They're good. Although I am liking this potion bag. Wow. This is cool. I love basements. It's kind of a little love shack down here. But there's no merchants. Okay. Cool music, but no merchants. Maybe upstairs. Pottery. Nah. God, that was the most useless skill prior to some of the expansions. I just can't. I'm really surprised here. I thought Girth's where? Is that where I just was? Yeah, wow. It's junky. And this takes me to the next zone. So I don't need it. I don't think the next zone has what I need. Okay, so Kaladim, bit of a disappointment in the merchant department. Okay, so I might as well just explore this since I'm here. I was going to explore Kelethin in this video. This is where the rubber meets the road. Remember when we were in Akanon? I'm going to say we, because this is the journey that we take together through YouTube in Project 1999. I showed you the king of Akanon. And I mean, if you've seen my Kaladim video, I already featured this guy. But here's the king of the dwarves. It's not a machine. And someone's corpse. So this guy, there's really no lore. He's probably not. He's kindly? That is bizarre. That really shocks me. There's nothing really over here. But yeah, faction-wise, lore-wise, he's the king of the dwarves. He's got all this fancy gems because dwarves mine. That's what they do. That's what motivates them. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with the whole dwarf thing in this game. I mean, anytime you're gonna try and do an RPG, you gotta have dwarves because you know there's gonna be a big chunk of the player base that's like, whatever the dwarf is, I want to be a dwarf. And they gave the dwarf really good racial stats in this game, like for all the classes they can be. Great option for especially rogues and clerics. But I'm just bummed out by the choices in Merchant. I still haven't found what I'm looking for, which is a large sewing kit and a weapon upgrade. It would probably be expensive, but this is the stuff I should put in the bank, really, because I'm not going to use that for a long time. I think I don't have any real use for it until the necklace quests are added to the game. All right, so if I get back to Kelethin and I'm exploring, I will come back. But for now, I'm going to cut the video. See you there somewhere. Okay, so real quick here, I'm running back through Butcher Black Mountains. And I'm almost all the way to Greater Fadark. And just for the hell of it, as I'm running, I'm clicking all these different, post notes. Corpse is still here. Oh, that's a big boy. I'm clicking through all the merchants, and I get to this one over here. This female merchant. Wait, is that the... Okay, not even. And lo and behold, look what I find. A large sewing kit. I mean, I'm searching high and low in Kaladim, Akanon, I can't find it. And just randomly on my way back to Greater Fadark, I find this. It's kind of hilarious. So this is where it is, if you're wondering. This is like just, if you're coming from Greater Fadark, this is like right near the beginning of Butcher Block. So she's got him for 1 plat. Now, as to why I want this. 3 pounds versus 2. Here's the real deal. It's got the same capacity, 8 slots. It's the giant. Okay, this makes it so that really big stuff like those scythes and whatever giant weapons that I'm picking up, I can store those. So it's definitely good to have at least 1. I would say 2. I mean, they're kind of pricey. She's amiably, so whatever. But now I've got 16 slots, and they can go up to giant if I need them to. And I'm still in love with this one that I randomly found because it's so light, which is large. So, I mean, look, we've got large, what's this one hold? Large, I should probably sell that, replace it with this. I wouldn't mind having, typically what I do is I have a bag here, 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 here. Basically 6 out of the 8, and then I leave 2 open for whatever, just things that maybe can't be put in bags. Or I access them so much that I don't want them in bags. But for now, I mean, I'm level 7. I have, crappy gear. I'm not twigged or anything like that. This will be good. Because I've got 4 bags now, all put together here. I've got, that's 32 slots plus all these open ones. I mean, yeah, I should be good. Even if I get like 1,000,000 belts. Does she sell anything else that's useful? Fine steel. Even if she did, these would be so expensive. Now, there is an upgrade that's fairly cheap. I mean, it's not going to be as cheap as that. Those are a plat each. But there's a handmade backpack, which is made through tailoring, which I'm not going to bother to do, at least not yet. Oh, is that a troll? Oh no, that's an orc. Ooh, I'm going to kill this, actually. I'm glad this happened while I was on the... I think this guy's for a quest, because you don't normally see orcs in this zone. He's green, so that makes it easy. Handmade backpack. So you'll find that a lot in East Commons, which on this server is the auction zone. They're normally about, I want to say like 60 plat. Did I really get a Crushbone belt? Wow, okay. I'll move these down, and I'll keep these top 2 slots open. I mean, technically, I could put these... I don't know, maybe I'll put this here. I really need to put these glands in a bank. Which, you know what I should do? Okay, here's what I should do. Before I leave... Is that a normal goblin? It's a whelp. Okay. I have been killing the whelps just for the occasional faction hit. Although my faction with dwarves, I mean, I can already do everything I need to do. The only thing I don't have is faction with the cleric guild. I don't think these can give me that. I noticed earlier I can kill these with 1 nuke now, because they have, I think, like 90% of level 1 NPCs in the game have 16 hit points. Oh, on the way here, I tried to fight a dwarf skeleton that was even con to me, and I even used this more efficient Ward Undead nuke. It kicked my ass. I actually had to use Divine Aura. That's why it's down right now. I had to use Divine Aura just to make it to the guards on time. I had like 8 hit points left at the end of it. It was... Just goes to show, as you get higher level, unless you're a class that's like really designed for soloing, like a Necro or a Shaman or a Druid or something, Mage probably, killing even con level mobs as you get higher level is really difficult. So I think what I'll do, because when I go to Kelethin, I'll go to the bank. I'll buy 2 more of these, and I'll put probably 2 in the bank. And just as a little prep here. See, when you buy new bags, they always automatically open in the same place, which is really annoying. Where are those? Okay, so I'll put these here. And then when I go to the bank in Kelethin, which I assume I can use, and the Wood Elves seem to tolerate me at least, I will just put, I guess, these 2 in the bank. The reason I put these 2 is because over time your bank just starts to fill up with junk, and it's stuff that you think you need. It's like quest items, like those rat clans right there, but it's like you make it to the end of the game. I mean, this is where this game is in common with a lot of random RPGs. You make it to the end of the game and you've got all this stuff in your inventory that you never bothered to use, but you're always like, oh, I might need that someday. That's the kind of stuff that ends up in your bank. Quest items for quests that you think you'll do, but you kind of just never really have the energy to do it, or maybe you have like 3 out of 4 pieces for it, but that 4th piece is such a pain in the ass to get. But either way, it's best to have stuff in the bank that is capable of holding the largest possible item, which is giant. Like any given item has a size. Like this is medium, this is probably small. Yeah, it is small. I need to make that bigger and move it. But you'll have certain items that are giant. They're usually weapons, but they could be something else, and those can go in large sewing kits. So that's the use of a large sewing kit, and that's the merchant that has them in, I can't call it Kaladim, but not far from Kaladim, somewhere between Kelethin and Kaladim. Where is my path? Did I really lose it? I get so distracted talking about large sewing kits. I lost my path. It's okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah. So later on, I might explore either Felwith, Kelethin, or both. But for now, I just wanted to show that sewing kit thing, and I didn't kill anything that gave me experience. I almost died to that even Dwarf skeleton, so yep. That's it. I'm out. Alright, so I'm in Greater Fadark, and one tip that I have here is if you're running around, you're trying to find this city, because I have gotten lost so many times trying to find this city. Not necessarily now, but just over the years. You want to listen for this music that I'm hearing right now. So I just ran from that direction, and all of a sudden I heard the music. I actually heard it before I got here, but throughout Kelethin, like anywhere you go in Kelethin, you should be able to hear this music. So if you're hearing the music, that means you must be pretty close to Kelethin. You can still get lost, but once you start hearing that music, start looking up in the sky. And what's my clip plane? It should be pretty good. Oh, it's maxed out. Okay. So let's see if I can... there we go. Right there. So the next thing we have to do is find the lift. How do we find the lift? Well, one thing I don't know how to tell from here is which lift I'm closest to. There are 3 lifts that take you up to Kelethin. One is called the Newbie lift. One is called the Pod lift. Pod standing for Priest of Discord. And, oh, this is a good sign. We're seeing, like, bridges and stuff. Because there's multiple layers of this city. Like, see how that takes you up a ramp and it goes higher? There's the Pod lift. Here's a lift. Pod lift, Newbie lift, and Orc lift. Orc lift is the one that is closest to... so this is Newbie lift. The Newbie lift and Pod lift are close to each other. Newbie lift because if you're a newbie wood elf, you come down this lift, and this is your level 1 area, like the equivalent of, and there's a high elf, like the equivalent of that little canyon area to the left of Akanon for gnomes. And, oh, here's a cool thing. Here's a druid ring, just like in Steamfun Mountains, except it's not really a druid ring. You can't actually port here if you're a druid, which is very interesting. It's a, I think they call them like lost rings. Oh, that guy's offering ports. Interesting. Oh, a Eurodite wizard. I did one of those on Blue to 60. It was not an easy journey to 60. It was really hard to get groups. Anyway, I don't want to get distracted. So that's Newbie lift right there. And that's the pod lift. Because that's the pod. Priest of Discord. POD. I think that was a band back in the day. POD. POD. I feel so alive. Yeah. Youth of the Nation. Yeah. Remember? It's all coming back to me now. I love music. Okay. So we're going to explore Kelethin a little bit. I wish I had Spirit of Wolf. That would help make this easier. It is possible that I am killed on sight somewhere in Kelethin. It could be... I doubt it would be the Bard Guild. I don't think they would give a crap about my Bertoxilus followings. But that's courage, right? Yeah. Oh, come on. The Druid or the Ranger Guild might be KOS. I don't think the Warrior Guild would care either. Rogue Guild definitely wouldn't care. Yeah, Druid or Ranger. So, earlier I killed Nork Pawn, just for the faction, really. And I noticed that you get faction with... So, Stormguard, that's the Dwarf Guards, and possibly the Warrior Guild, I'm not sure. Let me go back before I... Oh, Emerald Warriors. What? Is this the Warrior Guild? No, okay. Is this a Warrior Guild Master? Who is this guy? Why is nothing happening when I click him? Am I going link dead? Sure as hell has happened before. Normally when you're going link dead, you can't, What is going on? Oh, I scrolled up. I'm an idiot. I should edit that out, but I won't. Okay, I scrolled up for a reason. So let's just use this as an example. This is... What lift is this? Is this pod? Yeah, pod. Okay. So, Crushbone Orcs, that's obvious. Emerald Warriors, that is the Wood Elf Warrior Guild. Again, I'm not concerned about them because I don't think they're going to care about my Bertoxilus. But, it's nice. Fadark's Champions, now that... I could have these backwards, actually, but I'm pretty sure this Fadark's Champions is the Ranger Guild, and this is the Warrior Guild, but it could be the other way around. Indigo Brotherhood, oh, could not possibly get any worse. That sucks. That's the Dark Elf Guards in Neriak. That's fairly far away. It's not even on this continent. Oh, I also got this bag when I killed Nork. I just put my drink in it. I probably won't try to sell anything here, but yeah, apprehensive. Okay, so you come up this lift, you have a lot of choices. And one of the reasons why I'm so familiar with this city, and not to say that I know every part of it, it's a great city. I think I said a couple videos ago that Neriak was my favorite city. I might actually disagree with myself on that. I love this city. Ooh, there's a High Elf Guard. I'll start by going left toward the Newbie area. Is because I played on the server Tunair back in the day. And that was one of the few servers that used Greater Fadark as its auction zone. Most servers used East Commons, including this server, P99 blue and green, and probably red. I don't know. I've never really played red. We'll stay on this level for now. I'll go left more. And that's the Newbie lift right there. Lots of merchants. But anyway, so on Tunair, we used Greater Fadark, and I know a lot of people that played on other servers are like, oh my god, that's so dumb, that doesn't make any sense. But it was the coolest thing. I mean, I loved it. We called it G-Bay, like eBay, G-Bay, because that's where you buy and sell stuff. And it just meant whenever you were in this zone, you're seeing spam auction stuff, and every evil character, like I played a Dark Elf, I mentioned, I had to get faction here, which sucked because I was literally losing faction with my own guild back in Neriak, the Indigo Brotherhood. But yeah, so I got to know this zone very well, and I, as a Dark Elf, I got faction with the Wood Elves so that I could come up here and use the bank. And I'll show you the bank in a minute. I always remember where the bank is. But this is the furthest left you can go without going up, so let's go up, and I think there's actually a guild up here. The whole city is not only built into the trees, but it's made of wood. And you got, like I said, a lot of merchant opportunities, a lot of empty buildings That I don't think is a guild. It could be the Bard Guild, but I think every guild kind of has a header over it. I can't quite remember. I did play a Wood Elf Druid on blue, but I can't remember if... No, this... Wait, this is either the way to the Ranger Guild or the Druid Guild. Or no, those two are right next to each other and they're right near the bank. So no, never mind. So now we're going further left. God, this city is actually quite large. An inn. Let's go further up. Now, if you fell from here, you have no chance of surviving. It's going to be 10k, instant death. Maybe the Bard or Warrior Guild is up here. Even though some of these buildings are empty, I still think it's really cool. Because you can just sort of imagine what would be here. Sometimes if you're standing near the edge, like, it can be hard to see a ramp that's going down. Just think, if you started this game as a Wood Elf, I think this would be the coolest starting city. Minus falling to your death. Tavern, you can take a guess what's in there. Some brews. Okay, these double buildings are a sign. Aha! Double buildings in this city are a sign. Oh, that sound effect seems inappropriate here. Double buildings are a sign that it's a guild. So that is a guild, and I just want to check in here real quick. No, oh, there's a guy here. Rogue, yeah. So I saw by the name it said Scouts of Tunair that this is the Rogue Guild. So let's make sure I'm not killed on sight. Do we have a rogue? Well, that guy, Laren, was a Rogue Guild Master, so I must not be killed on sight. Expin. That's a great name. This is kind of a lame guild, though. There's not much to it, really. Yeah. Huh. You just got the 2 guild masters in there, and you got one over here. They're all dudes. I wonder if... I mean, I'm apprehensive. What is it you seek? Yeah, okay. Okay, so if you're a rogue, this is where your guild is. It's pretty much all the way to the left and up. Now, here's another cool thing that you can do. You can jump to a lower level. Oh, and that's the end I came up. Okay, so see how right here there's a ramp, but I can't really see it, especially as a gnome. I mean, I can see it because that guy came up it, but... Let's go toward the bank, because that's where everyone should know where it is. And I always found it easiest to get to the bank from the pod lift. And I think all these lifts say, to the Fate Arc. Is that pod, or is this... This is Newbie lift? Yeah, this is Newbie lift. Okay, so we'll go over to the right. There might be a way to get there from up there, but first, let's just do it the way that I know how to do it. Oh, look at that. Wow. Boy, they make this one real easy. You're a bard? There's the Bard's Guild. Let's see if that... Is that a merchant? Apprehensively. Again, I don't think the Bard Guild is really going to care about my deity. Jacob... Yeah, okay, they don't care. So bards are, in my opinion, the weirdest class in the game because they are the only class that does not fall into the... what would I call it? Traditional... That's the guildmaster right there, I believe. The traditional... maybe not traditional, but the way that every other class works. You're either melee or spellcaster. Bards are... I mean, they can melee, but... their spells are songs. And earlier, in that group I was in on Rock Hill, we had a bard. Is this the lift? Okay, yeah, this is the pod lift. So, everyone on Tunair, definitely memorize this route. You come up here, you go straight, past this tree, you go straight across this bridge, and you go left up this ramp. It's another tavern. Lieutenant Leafstalker. And there's the bank. And I should be able to bank here, no problem. And it was the most annoying thing on... If you... wait, let me just max this out real quick. Oh, and I got one plat. If you were on kind of like the tunnel area of East Commons is like the part that's just packed with players. This platform right here is the part that was the most packed with players on Toon Air. Because you're literally right outside the bank. And this area here, as you were coming up, you would start to see some players down here. And I'm trying to remember what people would say to like tell you where they were. Like if you were ready to buy something or sell something. They'd usually say something like just left the bank or inside the bank. And then up here, I believe it's the Ranger Guild and then the Druid Guild. So first you have to, I believe you go down. Okay, yeah, you go down this platform, and that is the Ranger Guild. You can tell by the arrows. Fadark's Champions. Okay, yeah, so that is the Rangers. Let's see if there's one on the outside that I can con from a distance. Because if I am killed on sight, I don't want to actually be killed. I want to just see them glare at me threateningly or whatever from a distance. Here we go. I should be able to get one through this window. Now that could be a merchant. So we got to be careful. We'll try to con another one. So those two are apprehensive. Now if I am killed on sight, it's going to be pretty quick. It's going to happen real quick. Let's see, what are you, con? You're a little flying thingy. Apprehensive. Okay. So yeah, this is the Ranger Guild. That's the Guildmaster right there, Mason. And oh look, she's even got a bow. That's so cool. There is a bow quest here. Oh, he's got a bow too. That's so cool. Oh, so does he. They all do. That's awesome. There's like bows on the walls. That's really cool. Arrows on the wall here. I love that. This is a much more fleshed out guild in my opinion. And these merchants, I assume, sell all of the ranger spells, which are just druid spells. Flame Lick. Okay, so great. I'm not KOS there, but maybe that's only because of the faction work I've done. Down here is the Druid Guild. What do they think of me? Okay, I guess the windows are always on the other side. If only I could just explain to them that my character on blue was a druid, so I'm really a good guy. Apprehensive, I should... Whoa. Smithy, interesting. I'm thinking there's a good chance, just based on what I've seen so far, that I'm not going to be KOS to any of these guilds. Oh. Interesting. Oh, that's the staff I thought about getting, because look, it's the same as mine. That guy's level 3 trying to get a group. Man, you shouldn't even be trying to get a group until you're level 4 or 5. That's just my take. He's a half elf. Wow. Anyway, level 4 or 4 damage, 28 delay, 5 damage, 28 delay. Same delay, slightly heavier, 6.5 to 6. It's large, not that means anything. But yeah, it's an all-around improvement. The only problem is he wants 4 plat, 6 gold. And maybe that my faction has something to do with that there. I wonder if the mace is any good. Nah. Warhammer? That's an upgrade. It's way more expensive though. Generally, weapon upgrades aren't going to come from merchants in this game. That's the same Warhammer, huh? Yeah, weapon upgrades don't really come from merchants. Which I think is kind of a missed opportunity. Oh, there we go. I should be able to... You never know if that's a merchant or not, though. Oh, Heartwood Master. Okay, that's I think the Guild Master or something like that. That's a very important druid NPC. Yeah, looks like I'm not KOS. Guy's just wearing a helmet. And there's no one over here? Okay, cool. So I am officially not KOS in Kelethin. I feel really good about that. And to be honest, the rest of the city is really just more of the same. I mean, there will be areas that are specific types of merchants. You could probably jump to there. In fact, you definitely could. Oh, yeah. Why would I want to, though? Hell, why not? I'm on a roof. Is this a guild? Oh yeah, it's the Bard's Guild again. You could technically... There's areas that are like the Pottery Guild or I wonder if they have large sewing kits here. The Pottery Merchant and the Brewing Merchant, but I don't really need all that crap. Ooh, here's an item that's going to be important for me one day. One day. Not yet. I'll explain when I get there. There's a certain type of hit point buff you can only cast with that as a regent. Regent in this game is an item that you need to have in order to cast a certain spell. Heartwood Tavern. Heartwood Master, Heartwood Tavern. I'll keep exploring a little bit, but to be honest, this city is more of the same. And if you're like a brand new player, even though I said this is like the coolest starting city, it's so easy to get lost because one advantage that other cities have. 6 copper. Oh, it's only 5 copper. I'll fill out my stack. The stack is 20 of any item, by the way. And is this regular? Yeah, it's regular rations. I'll fill that out too. Oh, I'm already down 1 milk. What the heck? Just get one of them. The downside to this as a starting player is it all looks the same, and that sucks because as a player in another city, you start to recognize different parts of the city are more easily distinguished from each other. Now, oh my god, when I said that weapons, you damn sure don't want to buy armor from merchants because look what they want. Look what they want for this. They want $4.94. I mean, I would take all this if it were, free, but I'm not paying. So what's the difference between plate mail helm and steel? Or are they the same? What was it? It was plate, helm, and gauntlets. I guess that is the same as steel. Okay, so let's take this breastplate for example. 17 armor class. That's a good armor class. It's sure as hell not worth 805, especially when you consider... I mean, what the hell? A wood elf? Can a wood elf even wear that? I don't know. I'm not... No one... I bet you no one buys that stuff. Maybe when the game first started, some players were like, well, sure. How do you get in here? But it was very quickly established that the best items do not come from merchants. Oh. Hey there, Neeland. See, this guy could be lost for all we know. He could be trying to find his guild and he has no idea where to go because the whole city looks the same. That is the one downside. Now, granted, you will still, just like I memorized where the bank was, you will still find certain patterns to memorize. But other cities, like if your starting city is Freeport or even Akanon, it's way easier to just like easily distinguish where one thing is from another. Huh, he's yellow. I bet you that Nayland guy is lost. He looks so lost. Oh wow, I'm really high up. Oh, here's a jewelry merchant. I do really like that. I like how that light is all the way up there. That's so cool. Like I could just see, lore-wise, wood elves living here. It seems like a very wood elf place. They're wood elves, like that's where they get their name from. They're not actually made of wood, but maybe it's just because they live in the trees. But yeah, this lore-wise, they knocked it out of the park with this city. Okay, now I'm gonna do something unexpected. And I said I was going to go back to... this poor bastard is so lost. I don't think this buff is going to help him at all. I said I was going to go back to the Orc Hill, I think. I actually want to try something. I'm going to gate. I'm going to go back to Akanon, or Seam Fun Mountains. I am going to try and kill some of those skeletons. I love how zoning triggers some of these sound effects. I mean, the skeletons were still like yellow or red last I checked, but I don't remember what level I was.